Part 3, Crypto Research Report 2020. Online transactions. The best profit maximizing strategy is to own the fastest horse. If I am forced to forecast, my bet is it will be Bitcoin. Paul Tudor Jones, CEO, Tudor Investment Corp. May 2020. According to a report on the digital payment market by Mordor Intelligence and data from Statista, online transactions account for between $4.4 trillion and $3.4 trillion per year. 47. The research firm Chainalysis estimates that cryptocurrency commerce transactions account for $6 million daily. 48. This means that cryptocurrency payments have not even penetrated 1% of online transactions. However, according to the same report by Chainalysis, the amount of digital money sent to 16 merchant service providers, such as BitPay, rose 65% between January and July of 2019. This is because cryptocurrency transactions are comparatively faster, taking a few seconds optimally or about an hour when networks are congested. There are also no chargebacks with cryptocurrencies, which stops a lot of online fraud. Transaction platforms like BitPay recorded consistent annual growth in transaction rates, DeVries, 2016. According to a BitPay annual report in 2017, the platform recorded a payments dollar volume increment of 328% year-on-year from 2016. During that period, merchants using the platform were getting more than $1 million every month in Bitcoin payments. Overall, the service provider was on track to process over $1 billion annually through Bitcoin payment acceptance and payouts during 2017 and 2018. 49. BitPay's B2B business grew 255% between 2017 and 2018 because law firms, data center providers, and IT vendors signed up to accept Bitcoin. BitPay also hired Rolf Hogg, former Western Union and PayPal executive, as head of industry solutions responsible for the B2B business. The Copay Wallet, BitPay Wallet, and other wallets using BitPay's Bitcore Wallet Service (BWS) have over 1.5 million unique wallets. In the past year, the BitPay Wallet added integrations with major gift card brands, enabling users to buy gift cards in-app for travel, food, and shopping with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Famous merchants such as Microsoft, Cheapair, Flights, Travala, Hotel Bookings, 50, and the Dallas Mavericks basketball team accept cryptocurrency payments in order to reach out to niche markets of cryptocurrency holders. Local governments are also accepting cryptocurrency payments, such as Ticino and Zug in Switzerland and Seminole County, Florida in the U.S. to name a few. Still hilarious that oil went to $0 and Bitcoin didn't. Anthony Pompliano, Morgan Creek Digital. May 2020. Brick and mortar commerce, online e-commerce, casinos, and tax collectors all need a payment processor to handle the currency risk of accepting cryptocurrencies. For this reason, software and hardware point-of-sale (POS) systems are an interesting business model that has increasing demand. The Crypto Research Report recently covered how Worldline and Ingenico are both rolling out POS systems in Europe during the summer of 2020. Additional payment processors companies that settle cryptocurrency payments include Salamantex, AnyPay, Crypto Buyer, GoCoin, Coin Payments, CoinGate. These companies offer hardware and software solutions for merchants. For example, Salamantex has a hardware that merchants can add to their existing hardware point-of-sale system. GoCoin, Coin Payments, and CoinGate all offer plugins for e-commerce websites like WooCommerce, Shopify, and WordPress. The largest startup in this space is Spedin, which is owned by Flexa, which the Winklevoss twins invested in. They will enable all Starbucks coffee shops in the USA to accept cryptocurrency payments beginning in 2020. Coinbase also offers the service of payment processing. One of the most recent newcomers to this space is Crypto.com, but they are expected to make a big splash. Although cryptocurrencies were originally designed to be digital cash, online transactions with cryptocurrencies have not really picked up traction. In a recent peer-reviewed journal paper, Nicole Jonker found that crypto acceptance from online retailers is a modest 2% of all online stores. 51. This is mostly because most cryptocurrencies are deflationary, and investors don't want to spend them. Most merchants convert crypto payments to fiat to avoid volatility issues. However, online transactions may gain adoption with stablecoins since they aren't deflationary. For example, BitPay added settlement support for US dollar stablecoins from Circle, Gemini, and Paxos in 2018. In addition to be used in brick-and-mortar stores and for online shopping, cryptocurrencies are also spent online on illegal goods and services. According to Chainalysis, darknet trading volume was estimated to be as high as $700 million in 2017 and $600 million in 2018.52. 53A firefighter has never been criticized for using too much water. Stephen Pallow, Governor, Bank of Canada remittance in 2018, migrants in various parts of the globe sent upwards of $613 billion to their home countries. However, the use of traditional banking services means high transaction fees and slow processing. The Philippines, which is one of the world's top remittance markets, already has solutions like Coins.ph that use crypto and blockchain technology that allow individuals to send money home with lower fees. Many remittances are being conducted via Bitcoin ATMs that have remittance features enabled. This feature allows an individual to put British pounds into an ATM in London and to receive a code. They can send that code to a relative or friend in New York. Their friend can go to a Bitcoin ATM in New York and put the code in and then receive US dollars. This feature is currently working for over 100 countries and 35 different currencies. Statistical data on the number of Bitcoin ATMs globally reveals a consistent rise over the years. In January 2016, Coin ATM Radar shows that there were only 501 of them worldwide, but by January 2017, the number had grown to 965. In January 2018, they had more than doubled to 2,073, almost doubling again by January 2019 to 4,112. However, the average Bitcoin ATM fee is 10%. There are 84 Bitcoin ATMs in Switzerland, 296 in DACH, not including SBB and kiosk ATMs. Swiss banks have been extremely reticent with regard to blockchain-based business models. As a result, it was almost impossible for entrepreneurs from the Zug Crypto Valley to open a company account for payment transactions, salaries, rent, accounts payable. We view ourselves as being significantly ahead of our competitors. We have now welcomed about 300 of these blockchain-friendly firms as clients here at Bank Frick. Tax evasion. The original ethos of crypto was libertarian, and that attitude still prevails in the industry. It's no surprise that some cryptocurrency users aren't fully reporting their gains, and that some tax evaders adopt cryptocurrencies for this purpose. Each country has a unique level of tax evasion, and that level is dynamic over time and depending on variables such as tax rates, public debt amount, history of nationalization of industries, culture, etc. Cryptocurrencies offer tax evaders a new way to hide assets, and they will be used in this way. Even if KYC/AML is implemented on every exchange via the travel rule, money can still be laundered and hidden with cryptocurrencies by mining newly minted coins. One way to ensure access to untracked or dirty Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is to become a cryptocurrency miner. Cryptocurrency miners can simply buy graphics cards and electricity and turn this into untracked assets. There is evidence that miners in Asia are entering the mining industry in order to get capital out of China and India without tax authorities knowing. Another way is to buy coins with cash. However, the war on cash, demonetization of large denominations, and inflation has reduced the ability to transact with large quantities of cash. Therefore, a large portion of tax evasion and money laundering in this space will focus on mining. This is a form of tax evasion for high net worth individuals, HNWI, and corporations. Even if KYC/AML is implemented on every exchange via the travel rule, money can still be laundered and hidden with cryptocurrencies by mining newly minted coins. Due to the difficulty of estimating the amount of tax evasion globally, and the difficulty in forecasting this variable into the future, this paper uses the S&P 500 growth rate and assumes the percentage of tax evasion in the economy is constant over time. This paper estimates the tax evasion market to be $600 billion based on estimates provided by the United Nations University. 54 Tax evasion by institutions and HNWIs will be more likely to target privacy coins and low-volatility coins such as stable coins and Bitcoin rather than physical fiat cash because of the sums involved. However, this is also a large portion of tax evasion through black economies where lower and middle classes don't report earnings. Physical fiat cash may be better for black market tax evasion by middle class and lower class workers because there is no record and there is limited volatility. However, black markets in countries where this is heavy inflation in the domestic currency are more likely to switch to cryptoassets. In this regard, the closest proxy which we can come for this in the crypto world are privacy coins. It stands to reason that anyone using crypto for tax evasion would focus primarily on fully untraceable coins. Looking at the two biggest ones, Monero and Dash have a combined market cap of $1.8 billion. Even if all of them are used solely for this purpose, this still gives us a penetration of less than 0.3%. We do not interpret Bitcoin's popularity as having a relationship with the public view of the Federal Reserve's conduct of monetary policy. Janet Yellen, former chairwoman Federal Reserve, smaller target markets and use cases micropayments and unbanked cryptocurrencies that are stable and have low transaction fees are well suited for micropayments because they eliminate the inconvenience and security risk of submitting credit card data for every minor transaction. Spilka, 2018. In certain cases, merchants have been put off by the high fees associated with low-cost transactions on traditional systems. With lower fees, higher security and fast transaction processing, more businesses could adopt microtransactions using crypto. Spilka, 2018. This could enable new business models such as a browser that pays online news websites to block advertisements. According to Business Insider, micropayments help solve a problem for online content providers, such as digital music and app purchases. 55 close to 2 billion people remain unbanked globally, a third of whom live in sub-Saharan Africa. Bank 4YOU, 2018. In some of the countries within this region, smartphone proliferation is quite high. Banking is only the beginning. 2018. With an internet connection, they can access crypto services and get funding and remittance services among other opportunities with ease. ICO and STO funding and crypto trading. Ethereum has led to the rise of an alternative fundraising model. Though these are often associated with fraud and poor investor protection, they have created new capital flow pathways with broader investor access. Creating digital representations of assets can reduce the costs and level of friction associated with management, transfer and issuance of traditional assets. They have therefore helped to enhance liquidity and transparency in the life cycle of such assets. Nagaraj, Hunter and Captain, 2018. These practical applications of the technology are highly likely to remain relevant and foster adoption. ICO funding has also fostered the adoption of crypto in spite of the bad press that has resulted from scams in the sector. By lowering the entry barrier to obtain funding for and making investments in startups, startups are now able to bypass early seed investment or use crowdfunding in addition to early seed investment. Davis, 2018. Interestingly, ICOs have not eliminated traditional venture capital but has made them adapt and evolve. Town, 2018. Startups raised $5.5 billion worldwide in 2017 by issuing tokens in the framework of ICOs, and this year the total amount has already swelled to $14.3 billion. 56. It goes without saying that crypto has already a full penetration of this market, as token sales which accept only fiat currencies are practically non-existent. Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust is on a whole new level in 2020. Average weekly investment, Q1 2019, $3.2 million. Average weekly investment, Q1 2020, $29.9 million. Institutional money has arrived. Kevin Rook, May 2020. Gambling and gaming. In addition to online e-commerce, online gambling is also an important market for cryptocurrencies. In a few short years, Ethereum has become home to over 400 decentralized gambling applications, with gameplay ranging from traditional casino slots to gamified options trading and prediction markets. There are several online casinos, which offer payment in cryptocurrencies. 57. CasinoAnbieter.com states that their clients' demand for crypto gambling is increasing. Though the online gambling industry has been on an uptrend, banking is only the beginning. 2018. Its core issues related to transparency have yet to find solutions. The use of crypto has however made it possible to re-establish trust, transparency and fairness. It curbs the vice of record manipulation, ruling out the house always wins mantra. The global gaming industry, which is expected to grow to $143 billion by 2020, Wolfson, 2018, is yet another ripe market for virtual currency adoption. Virtual money is in fact not new to the sector, since digital gold has for over a decade been used for in-game purchases. With the advent of crypto, however, players can now trade virtual gaming items more easily with each other. Wolfson, 2018. It has also solved the problem of in-game asset ownership through tokenization. Under this model, gamers will retain ownership of their acquired assets within a digital wallet till they decide to trade or sell them. According to the following Report 58, the crypto-specific gambling scene sees volumes close to $2.5 billion annually on its top gambling apps. Compared to an estimated $59 billion for the industry as a whole 59, this makes it one of the most penetrated markets by crypto at 4.2%. I've been wrong in thinking you could really have the developments you've had without inflation taking hold. Warren Buffett May 2020 adoption rate. Once the M, V, P, and Q are estimated, the penetration rate of each TAM by each cryptocurrency is calculated. This is called the adoption rate, and this is based on an assumption regarding future use of the currency for each use case. To estimate adoption, there are two main methods. First, estimating the growth in the number of people owning crypto per year, and, second, fitting a curve to the historical growth in active wallet addresses. Forecasting adoption with historical data on the growth in the number of people using crypto worldwide. Approximately 40+ million cryptocurrency users exist globally according to our research. The number of registered accounts on the biggest crypto exchanges serve as a usable proxy. Coinbase, for example, has more than 30 million users. Cointelegraph. 60 Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, CZ, recently said in an interview that they have about 12 to 15 million registered users and about 0.5 to 2 million daily active users. There are several other similarly big exchanges, like Kraken, Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Bittrex, Huobi, and OKEx. Assuming that Coinbase has the most users, there must be at least 30 million cryptocurrency users. Binance and Coinbase together have about 45 million users. This averages to 22.5 million users per exchange. For the 8 biggest exchanges, a number of 180 million 22.5x8 users would come up. Adding the assumption that most users are registered on several exchanges, this number seems to be too big. The correct answer probably lies between 35 to 70 million users. Having a look at different surveys, about 58% of U.S. American adults own cryptocurrencies, Statista Global Consumer Survey, Finder.com. There are countries like Turkey which have more users and countries like Japan that have fewer. Also, according to the survey, Spain has a higher level of cryptocurrency users when compared to other Western European countries. In Spain, 10% of adults own cryptocurrencies. 61. A final estimate of the total number of users could be done with the following experiment. There are about 4.3 billion people with access to Internet, therefore being possible crypto owners. Let's subtract 1.5 billion because of legislative restriction, i.e., China, Pakistan, and others. The following table shows the number of potential cryptocurrency users depending on the world's population. According to the CEO of Binance, SZ, the number of accounts from a country on Binance correlates positively with the GDP per capita. High GDP, more accounts. You can print more money, but you can't print more hard work. That takes time, effort and energy. The Bitcoin Rabbi forecasting adoption with historical data on the growth in the active addresses. Another approach is to count the number of wallets. According to BitInfo charts, there are currently more than 43 million Bitcoin addresses. If we use this as a proxy and take Bitcoin dominance into consideration, which is currently at 67% CoinMarketCap, we can assume that there must be about 64 million addresses 43.067 for Bitcoin and all altcoins. Some users may have both Bitcoins and altcoins, therefore, there may be roughly about 37 to 52 million cryptocurrency users. Most studies adopt an S-curve beginning on when the network is launched. There are several different possible curves for cryptocurrency adoption, such as S-curve and linear. Other curve options include exponential and log. All of the following curve assumptions can be seen on the following graph after fitting the daily data of wallet use with a non-zero balance. Use of Bitcoin as a medium of exchange appears to be following a linear curve or an S-curve and currently has approximately 600,000 active users per day. From behavioral economics, many variables impact adoption, such as path dependency, network effects, superior technology, market salience, and ambiguity aversion held by investors and users. Adoption is difficult to measure because once a metric becomes standardized, cryptocurrency developers and investors try to game that metric or trick that metric in order to manipulate the market. Scenarios to improve the robustness of the adoption rate analysis. Several scenarios can be calculated for the adoption rate of each cryptocurrency for their respective TAMs. This report assumes three different scenarios. Bearish A. Cryptocurrency will only take over 1% of the entire target addressable market. B. The cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 10% of the 1% adoption. C. The number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 7. Modest A. Cryptocurrency will only take over 10% of the entire target addressable market. B. The cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 10% of the 1% adoption. C. The number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 5. Bullish A. Cryptocurrency will only take over 20% of the entire target addressable market. B. The cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 20% of the 1% adoption. C. The number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 5.